Hey everybody. I'm back. I literally just spent like a minute in between the two just because I wanted to check if the video went well, like the ending, because I wasn't sure. But yeah, for you guys, this is a full day. This time I'm gonna, um, all the suits and Revice. This time I'm gonna rank them. Haven't seen, which is for ones I haven't seen in action. I've just seen still images of, really. So right off the bat, the Kamen Kitty ones are probably gonna get put there, along with the Amazon's mole attachment for demons. So yeah, I'm gonna rank Revi and Vice separately, unless I feel, because there's no remixes. Basically, no references to remixes are gonna be made in this video, aside from like obviously talking about the remixes. So yeah, theoretically I could put Revi's at a D, in or Vice's at a S, or vice versa. Of course, haven't seen the only thing where it's a commonality between the two. Because literally just like yesterday aired the Kong's debut. So I decided to put them like in the order they appear in. So first off is Kamen Rider Revi's T-Rex form, the T-Rex genome. So I'd say that's a solid. I should probably explain what I'm gonna say. So basically, the exact same alignment that I had in the original, I had in my Saber tier list. So S is I absolutely love it. A is I'm okay with it. B is I like it, but it's okay at most. C is I like one part of it, but not the other. Most likely the jingle or the suit design, not the other. Granted, for Revi and Vice, that's probably going to end up a lot of them in C at most. And D is I don't really like either. So yeah, if you see one of the two in D, there's a good chance one of them's in C. So I just think a funny thing I could have done with the order. Could have put them in order of like their thing they're referencing. So the teeth alone just bring it up to an S for me. Yeah, Revi's is solid S along with Vice. Their base forms are solid S. So that was a quick S, considering unlike Saber, there's not a lot of riders to go over. Demons is I'm gonna do the riders base forms first. So Demons is a solid A for me. They don't bring up his Batavi stamp form because that's unlike the mole thing, where it's like birthless attachments. It's just an extra upgrade, like it's his Batal legs. Ironically enough, it's Batal again. But yeah, nothing much to say about Demons' base form aside from I like the fact he has the extra eyes on the side, and a ton of people brought up the fact his name is Kamen Rider Demons, and he's based off a spider to Toei Spider-Man. But aside from that, I'd say D, because for Revi and Vice, I'm not gonna take characters into account aside from their base form, which I'd still argue makes them an S. Demons, I'd argue if I take into account his personality, might actually bring them to an S. Evils, taking into account his personality, is a media S. So yeah. Before I go any further, spoilers for Revice. Because I'm gonna talk about why I agree with what I think of all these. Iki's personality, I feel, is just really good. Not that much I can say. Vice, he can be extreme, but it's almost understandable. He's a demon, he's selfish, and stuff like that. And the motivations behind demons trying to stop Daiji / Kagero is perfect. I always think that. I had to fake it where I thought demons was actually going to be evil, but guess I was wrong. And I actually like the fact I was wrong, because I feel that worked a lot better. So, yeah. Now for all the rest of these guys, there would be suit design. And without a Jingo to judge them off, I'm just gonna say this now. Without a Jingo to base these guys off for these guys that haven't seen, with just a mole attachment, the Amazon's Demon's form will go into S. Aside from that, the Kamakiri forms or the Praying Mantis forms, Vices would be a D, and Revi's would be a D, Vices would be a C. but of course I haven't seen, so I can't make a proper judge of them. Megalodon. They're just passing hunters, so because these guys fit a lot more with unlike Zeo's like armor times, there's a lot more obvious that they're the actual writers they're referencing, without unlike Zeo where it's the powers they're referencing, here it's the designs they're referencing. So yeah. Of course, functionality, I'm gonna say right now, probably won't go into account for most of these guys. Aside from Jackhorn, we're gonna have a mini rant. That's about it. Trying to think. Yep, I'd say these guys are good, but not enough. The jingles alone bring them up to A if they were a B before. Eagle, time to count up our feathers, I guess. Solid A too. Honestly, I think his hood trying to mimic double isn't as good as Revi's use of it. There might actually be a B there, but still good enough. Mammoths, going to the climax from the trunk. The Coat Towers and the genome, Mammoth GMO. Immediate A. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of time Revi has the better suit compared to Vice's for me. Vice is a solid. I say he's a B too. Vice's hoods are a lot closer to the actual writers aside from like Megalodon. But that usually means that it's like a crowded area, so I don't really like it. The only exception being Ptera. Media. Honestly, I think I'd honestly put Ptera up to an S. So flying by complete. Vices. I like the jingle and that's it. It's the writer machine, so it's judging it based off the writer machine. It's unique enough to go into a C of itself, but it's not good. Especially it's supposed to be a form. The only writers I can get with being bikes is Axo and the laser, if you ask me. And then time to hear the roar, and that's an immediate S. I like both of their suits enough that they're immediate S's. And now functionality is gonna come into an argument. Same with Ptera. Ptera is a reference to Faiz Axel's 10 seconds of speed of light or speed of sound movement, and they're immediate, which doesn't make sense. If they had the ability of flight, that makes sense, but they shouldn't have Faizes speed when you take out all the other writers don't have references to the others' powers. So they just don't make sense in that regard. If we were to get rid of. And then Jackal. It's the entire episode is centered on the fact that there's the cheetah dead man, and no, he's too fast, you can't catch him. To which I say, Vice is always considered to have a quicker running speed than Revi, so theoretically he might be able to. Not to mention the Ptera V-stamp. They don't lose it in the episodes or anything. They should still have it. I mean, theoretically, they could just go on that to fly. Like, he was able to catch the Kong Deadman's sister in a matter of ease when she was falling from a building, and like was already, it's like a 30-story building or something, and she was already like 10 floors under when they were on the roof, and he was able to catch up to her and jumping off the debris. And then we get Jack was supposed to be the fast form, and of course I'm taking account of the design, but based on Exit, but I shouldn't judge that it doesn't have Exit's powers or anything. It's supposed to be the speedy form that's able to catch up with the cheetah. Revi alone hasn't shown enough speed, so design wise I give it a B. And then Vice is a D. It's not as fast as it claims it is. The remix form is supposed to be even faster, and it makes sense, but it's not as fast as they want you to believe it is. The only reason that I don't make an F tier for this alone is because I like the joke they had of what was the exact joke? They're supposed to have a different form, but Vice complained about it, so he got demoted to a skateboard or something. Yeah, the lowest anything's gonna go. Kong is the most easily recognizable to what writer they're supposed to reference, if you ask me. The head shape alone. So, immediate A, and I'd say that's immediate A, but C for Vice. I like the Kong thing. Yeah, for Jackal, I like it enough, but it's not enough to save Vice from being D. The suit alone saves Revy from going to C. And then Jackal Evil, arguably S. I go low tier for A though, because it's based off the Jackal, but somebody brought up that Evil with these, every writer with the exception of their base form is supposed to represent something. Demons is said to be getting Showa because there's V3 stamp and X and Amazon stamp, and we've only seen sign of the Amazon stamp so far, along with the Bata stamp, which is for Ichigo. And so they're supposed to be recognized by the Demon's driver, but the Revice driver always recognizes it, but it's not important for them. So theoretically, he gets to jump around and stuff like that. But his base form's based off Spider-Man, which is Man Spider, the first ever opponent a Kamen Rider has ever faced. And so, and it's apparently going to be a Scorpion one as a reference to Scorpion Man, the first boss to ever get resurrected, the first monster of the week. And Evil is supposed to be a reference to Batman, the second monster Ichigo ever faced off against. And I know Revy is said to be gonna, like somebody claims Revy is probably gonna end up being, Revice is just gonna end up being all the Heisei ones, not the no Showa and no Reiwa. And somebody said if Sakura, which is the name of the sister, which I finally remembered after months of not being able to remember her name, or to become a writer, she'd most likely end up being the Scorpion Rider, and if it is her, would probably most likely end up being Reiwa, considering the trend is tertiary writers have the least forms. And some people argue Demon's the tertiary writer, but it's gonna be Kagero for the secondary writer. And if Sakura, the sister, becomes the third writer, she's obviously gonna be a tertiary. He's gonna be fourth. And I mean, it makes sense that tertiary writer wouldn't have as many forms as a secondary or base writer. I mean, just look at X8's a perfect example. How many forms does X8 get compared to Brave and then compared to Snipe? Yeah, but somebody brought up that Evils might be based off based off Dark Riders, and where you can easily see that B is Jack was based off X8 for Revy, when the Dark Rider then for Demons or Evil, not Demons, be Ginem, and Ginem is just a proto version of X8, so it's just a black and purple version, and the color scheme wise it matches up, but it doesn't feel like it's supposed to be a reference to Ginem. I guess it's probably not supposed to. So if they were trying for that, or to even reference X8 a bit like a corrupted version, they fail. But the still one's great. Yeah, the Jackal Genome gets me to rant a lot, I found out. I don't think much to say now. Trying to think of anything to say, and I can't come up with anything really. I guess thanks for watching. Obviously, the thanks for watching stuff. So, thanks for watching. Not that I'm forcing anybody to, but I'd like to see if you guys have any feedback. Like, am I posting too many of the tier list videos? I know they're like easy ones to do, so that's why I chose to do these guys. Like, should I do more tier lists? Which I do tier lists about probably. Other things aside from Kamen Rider, trying to get into Sentai better more. It may be Ranger stuff, though I haven't watched anything from the Hasbro era and barely seen anything from a lot of the eras really. I just know them vaguely, so probably can only properly talk about Rider for a while. But I mean, I have the Die Ranger DVD, so theoretically I could watch the Die Ranger DVDs. But yeah, just aside from my obvious rant about the powers and everything, would you guys agree with just the visual appearances where I rank these guys? Just for context, The both of them were going to S. He going to C, and he joined Vice and D. Of course, I haven't probably seen them, so the jingle could make them higher, but yeah, tell me what you guys think. Anyways, but that